Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Bexar County Court at Law number 6 and the Bexar County Veterans Treatment Court. Plea and motion to revoke probation docket. Today is Thursday, the 20th of May, 2021. It is approximately 2:50 p.m. The cases I have set for today are on plea docket. State of Texas versus Ernest Vasquez, cause 646107, represented by Ms. Jessica Gonzalez. 643137, State of Texas versus Raymond Rodriguez, represented by Mr. Oscar Hernandez. Cause 657059 and 657060. State of Texas versus Misty Brotherton, represented by Mr. Will Brooks. Cause number 617464, State of Texas versus Heather Martinez, represented by Mr. Greg Dismaris. Cause number 632315, State of Texas versus Courtney Ivan Pereira. 621, State of Texas versus Jacob Garcia, represented by Ms. Lisa Voigt. Cause 637078, 632035, 632036, and 632037, State of Texas versus Ruben Rodriguez, represented by Daphne Previty. And cause 648853, Priscilla Elias, represented by Mr. Rusty Geyer. We also have a Bexar County Veterans Treatment Court Track 1 pretrial diversion plea and probation agreement for Mr. Eric Quintanilla, cause number 652573, represented by Mr. Gary Churak. Time after the plea, we will take up our motion to revoke probation. We have cause 6526, George Uvalle, represented by Mr. Thomas Hilly, cause 9455, Marshawn, represented by Mr. David Garcia, and cause 235597, State of Texas versus Crystal Alderete, represented by Mr. John Robinson. Okay, it's good to go. At this time, in the first batch on pleas, we're going to take State of Texas versus Ruben Rodriguez, Raymond Rodriguez, Misty Brotherton, Heather Martinez, Courtney Moore, and Jacob Garcia. That was our first burst. Representing the state in all these cases is Miss Alexis O'Connor and Mr. Nick Maru. During the MTR portion, representing the Bexar County CSCD Probation Department is Miss Susan Gross, who will be sworn at that time. So, hang on, I got a cat in the way. Fixed it. Okay. Please reference ladies and gentlemen, I have you identify the initial document on you.
Judge, 1 second, as this is going to be difficult for Mike. Can everyone who is not being spoken to or speaking, please mute your microphone because it gives feedback and the court reporter has a hard time keeping the record.
Thank you.
Much better, thank you. Okay, at this time, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have each defendant and each attorney please identify a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Plea by Video Conference. Mr. Ruben Rodriguez, in cause 637078, is this your signature on this document, sir?
Yes, sir, it is, Judge.
And Ms. Previty, as attorney for Mr. Rodriguez, is this your signature on this document?
Judge, I don't see the document on my copy.
I've got it in front of me. It's signed by both of you. Dated
Yes.
May 2020.
Okay, I thought you were showing it. Yes, we signed it. Thank you.
Yeah. Next case, 643137, State of Texas versus Raymond Rodriguez. Mr. Rodriguez, is this your signature on this document, sir?
Yes.
Thank you. And Mr. Hernandez, as attorney for Mr. Rodriguez, is this also your signature on this document?
It is, Your Honor.
Thank you. And cause 657059, State of Texas versus Misty Brotherton. Miss Brotherton, is this your signature on this document, ma'am?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Thank you, ma'am. Is this your signature on this document, ma'am? Can you hear me, ma'am? You have to turn your microphone back on so we can talk.
Okay. Okay,
Yep.
I'm here. Can you hear me, sir?
Is this your signature on this document titled Defendant's Consent to Plea by Video Conference?
Yes, sir. Misty Dawn Brotherson.
Thank you so much. And Mr. Brooks, as attorney for Ms. Brotherton, is this your signature also on this document?
Yes, it is, Judge.
Thank you. Ms. Martinez, in cause 617-464, is this your signature on this document, ma'am?
Yes, sir, sure is.
Thank you. And Mr. Desmaris, as attorney for Ms. Martinez, is this also your signature on this document?
It is, Judge.
Thank you. Ms. Moore, in cause 632315, is this your signature on this document?
Yes, sir, it is.
Thank you. And Mr. Barrera, as attorney for Ms. Moore, is this also your signature on this document?
It is, Your Honor.
Thank you. And Mr. Garcia, in cause 651621, is this your signature on this document, sir?
Yes, it is.
And Ms. Voigt, as attorney for Mr. Garcia, is this also your signature on this document?
It is, Your Honor.
The next document I'm looking at is entitled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Course Admonitions that purports to have each of your defendant's signatures on the back, effectively waiving certain constitutional rights you must waive in order to enter a plea before this court. In fact, Mr. Rodriguez, is this your signature on this document, sir?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
And Mr. Raymond Rodriguez, is this your signature on this document?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. And Ms. Brotherton, is this your signature on this document also?
Yes, sir, it is.
And Ms. Martinez, is this also your signature on this document?
Yes, sir, sure is.
Thank you. And Ms. Moore, is this your signature on this? The court.
It's Misty Brotherton again, Judge. She needs to mute her mic.
I'm sorry,
Sorry.
Brotherton. All right. I'm trying to talk to Mr. Courtney Moore. Ms. Moore, can you hear me? You need to turn your microphone on, ma'am. There you go.
Yes, sir.
Is this your signature on this document also, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
And last but not least, Mr. Garcia, is this your signature on this document, sir?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. By signing this document, are each of you telling me that you've had enough time to either read these documents or have them read to you in their entirety? If you had any questions about what was on these documents, those questions were answered to your satisfaction by your attorneys. So in signing these documents, you're telling me that you agree with and understand everything on these documents. Is that correct, Mr. Ruben Rodriguez?
Yes, sir, Your Honor, it is.
Is that correct, Mr. Raymond Rodriguez?
Yes, sir.
Is that correct, Ms. Brotherton? Misty, can you hear me?
Yes.
There you go, ma'am. You got to turn your microphone on. There you go.
Yes, sir. I'm here, sir.
And this is your signature on this document also, is that correct, ma'am?
Correct, sir.
And Ms. Martinez, is this your signature on this document?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And Ms. Moore, is this your signature on this document?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. And Mr. Garcia, is this your signature on this document?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. As attorney for Mr. Ruben Rodriguez, have you had enough time to go over this case with him? And in your opinion, is he mentally competent?
Yes, Your Honor, and yes, in my opinion, he is.
And same question for attorney for Mr. Raymond Rodriguez, Mr. Oscar Hernandez.
Yes, I do believe so, Judge.
And same question for Mr. William Brooks as attorney for Ms. Brotherton.
Yes and yes, Judge.
Same question for Mr. Desmaris as attorney for Ms. Martinez.
Yes to both questions, Your Honor.
Thank you. Same question for Mr. Rivera as attorney for Ms. Moore.
We have and she is, Your Honor.
And same question for Ms. Voigt as attorney for Mr. Garcia.
Yes, he is.
Mr. Ruben Rodriguez, are you a United States citizen, sir?
Yes, sir, I am.
You. Same question for Mr. Raymond Rodriguez.
Yes, I am.
You. Same question for Ms. Brotherton. Ms. Brotherton, are you a United States citizen, ma'am? You need to turn your microphone back on. There you go.
Yes, sir, I am.
And same question for Ms. Martinez.
Yes, I am.
Thank you, sir.
Same question for Ms. Moore.
Yes, I am.
You. Same question for Mr. Garcia.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. As attorney for Mr. Ruben Rodriguez, has the state fully complied with discovery for you on this case?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Same question for Mr. Hernandez as attorney for Mr. Raymond Rodriguez.
Yes, they have, Your Honor.
Same question for Mr. Brooks as attorney for Ms. Brotherton.
Yes, they have, Judge.
Same question for Mr. Desmaris as attorney for Ms. Martinez.
The state has, Your Honor.
You. Same question for Mr. Barrera as attorney for Ms. Moore.
They have, Your Honor.
You. And same question for Ms. Voigt as attorney for Mr. Garcia.
Yes, they have.
You. Okay, Mr. Ruben Rodriguez in cause 637-078 to the charge of driving while intoxicated with a blood or breath alcohol content of 0.15 or higher. How do you plead, sir?
Not contende.
Is there an agreement for Mr. Ruben Rodriguez?
There is, Your Honor.
State, what would that be? We have state with us today. I see Nick out there lurking.
Alexa, is your microphone not working?
Yeah, I'm trying different settings. Now can you hear me?
Now.
Was that a yes? Yes.
Correct, affirmative.
Yeah, we can
Okay.
hear you.
For Ruben Rodriguez, it's 1/18, a $600 fine plus court costs, $60 to DPS, DWI education, DIP, CATSNP, Smart Start Mobile for half the term, and TIC cause numbers 632-035, 632-036, and 632-037.
And Ms. Previty, is that correct?
Yes, Judge, but I wanted to ask a couple of things. He's done 2 inpatient treatments and 1 intensive outpatient. We wanted to see if you would allow those to satisfy the CATSNP requirement.
I know he's on probation on other cases right now. Is that what you're saying?
No, he did that all as conditions of bond. He has a pending case with Judge Keelan Gonzalez.
Do us a favor and send copies to the state and to me, and we'll look at them. And I'll discuss it with my probation supervisor. And if she agrees that that's basically the same thing, then we can do that. At this point in time, I don't know that they are. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Otherwise, is it okay?
Yes.
All right. Thanks. Mr. Ruben E. Rodriguez, cause 637-078. The court accepts your plea of no contest to the offense of driving while intoxicated with a blood or breath alcohol content greater than 0.15. I find you guilty. I assess 1 year in the Bexar County Jail, probated for 18 months, $600 fine plus court costs, with restitution of $60 to the Texas Department of Public Safety, DWI education course, DWI victim impact panel, Community Alliance for Traffic Safety New Intervention Program, outpatient drug, Smart Start Mobile Home Interlock for 9 months, and taking into consideration cause 632-035, 632-036, 632-037, which are granted and they shall be dismissed. Anything further from the state of the defense of Mr. Ruben Rodriguez in cause 637-078?
Judge, I had just another question. I know it was a standard condition of pretrial release that he not be allowed to travel more than 75 miles from San Antonio. He has a job where he needs to work within all of Texas and sometimes outside of Texas. So I wanted to see if there's any probation condition of him not being allowed to travel.
My understanding is he needs permission to travel. He can get permission to contiguous counties from the probation officer. But other than that, for me, what is his job that requires him to travel throughout Texas?
He's in sales, Judge, and he has the entire South District of Texas and that he has to go to on a regular basis. And then he also has, the company's headquartered in Idaho. He has other travel and training to those other out-of-state areas as well. Those he gets advanced information about having to go. So we don't have an objection to him asking his pretrial, or I guess his probation officer when those come up, but just for him to be able to just travel on a daily basis without having to contact his probation officer, we'd like him to have that permission in advance.
Do me a favor, and I think it's starting to get sort of complex, but as concisely as you can, just send a letter to the state and me, or a copy to one of us, I don't care who you send it to, and let us look at it, and let me see exactly what he's doing, and if it's as you state, the probability is I'll be happy to do that, okay? He's gonna be on this Smart Start mobile device anyway.
And then as bond conditions, he's on GPS and STRAM. So can we get orders to have those both removed?
Absolutely. Stand by. Let me write that down. The crime wave is over. We'll wave scram with an overlap. He needs to get the Smart Start mobile active, then he can take the scram off. The GPS I'll send in today. It'll probably be orders to take it off tomorrow. Okay.
And then one last thing, Judge, he has these hours of community service to do. His wife is a transplant failure patient. Her body's rejecting a kidney transplant. And so he just started having to help her do at-home dialysis. And it takes approximately 16 hours a week. He has to hook her up and take her off and be with her during it. It's almost 4 hours each time. We wanted to see if he could have any concession with his community service and allow some of that possibly to count towards his community service.
I'm looking at the plea bargain and I don't see community service in it. Was that a part of the plea bargain? It's just not in my copy?
Oh, yes, Judge. Sorry, it was 48 hours community service.
All right. Well, we do 48 hours community service. I'm gonna probate all that based on your representation of his wife's situation. Fair enough?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, anything further from the state or the defense on 637-078, Mr. Ruben Rodriguez?
Nothing.
Not for me, but Mr. Rodriguez is raising his hand, Judge.
Sorry, Your Honor, and this is for my attorney, but were we going to talk about the interlock that needs to be taken off?
Okay. So currently, do you have an ignition interlock device and a scram device? Is that correct?
He does.
Yeah. We'll waive the both of those with the understanding that you've got to get the Smart Start mobile active. I'll go ahead and waive the ignition interlock, obviously, but the scram gets waived as soon as he gets a Smart Start mobile active at 4 blows a day. Okay. You just let your attorney know. You let me know, and I'll send it in.
And Judge, I didn't understand your answer about the ignition interlock. The Smart Start mobile will take care of that as well.
Okay. He's currently got a scram device active, and he's got an ignition interlock device active.
Yes, sir.
What we utilize normally on probations that aren't activated is a Smart Start mobile portable handheld device that he blows into 4 times a day. Unless he violates and I crank it up to 6 times a day or do other bad things. Anyway, he needs to go ahead and get active on the Smart Start mobile device, portable, at 4 blows a day. And once he's active, let me know and I'll immediately waive the scram. So you go take the scram off, okay?
What about the ignition interlock though?
And I'll take the ignition interlock off immediately. That will go in today and it'll probably be active tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Anything else? Y'all get with Miss Previty and she'll get with us and we'll take it from there. Good luck, Mr. Rodriguez. Thank you, Mr. Previty.
Your Honor,
Judge,
What?
Mr. Rodriguez.
probation needs to talk to you.
Oh, hang on. Susan, this probation. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Mr. Rodriguez, you will be contacted by the probation department within 48 hours, okay? You will most likely do your orientation via Zoom, just like this. Did he just go away?
No, he's still there.
Oh, no, he just moved. Write this telephone number down. If you don't hear from them by Monday at 3 o'clock, you need to call over there and explain to them that you were placed on probation today and you need to set up an orientation. They will either call you, email you, or text you. You need to respond to whichever method of communication that they reach out to you with, okay? Their phone number over there, if you don't hear anything, is 210-335-7446. Okay, it's your responsibility to make sure that you sign that paperwork and that you go to orientation. If you fail to do so, then the judge will issue a warrant for your arrest for noncompliance. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, ma'am.
Okay, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Okay, we're now on cause 643-137, State of Texas versus Raymond Rodriguez, represented by Mr. Oscar Hernandez. And Mr. Raymond Rodriguez in cause 643-137 to the charge of theft, $100 to $750. How do you plead, sir?
No contest.
You're in agreement for Mr. Raymond Rodriguez, please.
1 day in Bear County Jail, a $200 fine plus court cost, credit for time served, time and money to run concurrent, and we ask this be a J factor.
And defense, is that your understanding of the agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
Mr. Raymond Rodriguez in cause 643-137, the court accepts your plea of no contest to the offense of theft, $100 to $750. I find you guilty. I assess 1 day in the Bear County Jail, a $200 fine plus court costs, credit for time served, time and money to run concurrent, judgment satisfied. Anything further from the state or the defense of Mr. Raymond Rodriguez?
Nothing for the defense.
State, anything further?
Nothing further, Judge.
All right, Mr. Rodriguez, did you understand Ms. Gross's details on how probation is supposed to get in contact with, oh, wait a minute, yours doesn't say that. Never mind, I have been here too long. Y'all are dismissed, thank you.
Thank you.
You bet. This call is 657-059 and 657-060, State of Texas versus Misty Brotherton. Miss Brotherton in cause 657-059 to the charge of theft, $100 to $750. How do you plead? And your microphone is still off, ma'am. Miss Brotherton.
Miss Brotherton, you need to unmute your microphone.
Yes, Mom. I'm sorry.
No problem.
I was talking to my what is it?
Agent.
My agent for my burial. Sorry.
Here we go. How do you, to
Okay, ma'am.
the charge of theft, $100 to $750.
Thank you.
How do you plead, ma'am?
Excuse me, yes, sir.
How do you plead?
Guilty.
Okay, and defense, Mr. Brooks, your paperwork says no contest. I don't care which way you plead. We just want to confirm
Guilty's fine, Judge. Not a problem.
that. We need to change that to guilty on the waiver document. Okay, and state, is there an agreement for Miss Brother?
9 days in the Bexar County Jail, a $300 fine plus court cost, credit for time served, time and money to run concurrent, TIC cause number 657060, and we ask this be a JSAT, Judge.
And Mr. Brooks, is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, it is, Judge.
Miss Brotherton in cause 657-059, the court accepts your plea of guilty to the charge of theft, $100 to $750. I find you guilty. I assess 9 days in the Bexar County Jail, a $300 fine plus court cost, credit for time served, time and money to run concurrent, taking into consideration cause 657-060, which is granted and it shall be dismissed. Judgment satisfied. Anything further from the state or the defense on Miss Brotherton?
Nothing further from the state.
Nothing for defense, Judge.
Miss Brotherton, thank you, Mr. Brooks.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, sir. It was
In cause 617-464, Ms. Heather Martinez to the charge of theft, $750 to $2,500. How do you plead?
No contest?
And the state, is there an agreement in this case?
2 days in the Bexar County Jail, a $200 fine plus court cost, credit for time served, time and money to run concurrent, and we ask this be a JSAT.
And Mr. Dismaris, is that your understanding of the agreement?
It is, Judge.
Ms. Martinez in cause 617-464, the court accepts your plea of no contest to the charge of theft, $750 to $2,500. I find you guilty. I assess 2 days in the Bexar County Jail, a $200 fine plus court cost, credit for time served, time and money to run concurrent, judgment satisfied. Anything further from the state or the defense on Ms. Martinez's case?
Nothing further from the state.
Nothing from the defense. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, Ms. Martinez and Mr. Dismaris are dismissed. Thank you for your assistance.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
In cause 632-315, Ms. Courtney Moore to the charge. Oh, wait, state has a motion. Excuse me. Got in your way. Go ahead, state.
State moves to add a count 2 of obstruction, waive count 1, and proceed on count 2.
And is this case a DWI first to begin with? Does that sound right?
Correct, Judge.
Okay. State motion to amend the information, add paragraph 2 alleging obstruction of a highway. No objection from the defense is granted. State, do you have any other motion?
No other motions, Judge.
Want to waive paragraph 1?
Yes, Judge. I did it all in one, sorry.
State's request to waive paragraph 1, no objection from the defense is granted. Therefore, Ms. Moore on cause 632-315 to the charge of obstruction of a highway. How do you plead now?
Yes.
No contest. Is there an agreement for Ms. Moore?
14 months deferred adjudication, an $850 fine, but $425 of that is probated, plus court costs, 36 hours of community service probated, DWI education, DIP, CAT-SNP, and Smart Start Mobile for half the term.
And defense, is that your understanding of the agreement?
It is, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Moore in cause 632-315, the court accepts your plea of no contest to the offense of obstruction of a highway. Although I have enough evidence to find you guilty, I'm going to withhold a finding of guilt, place you on 14 months, deferred adjudication probation. assess an $850 fine, probating $425 of that plus court costs. 36 hours community service, probating all of that. DWI education course, DWI victim impact panel, Community Alliance for Traffic Safety New Intervention Program, outpatient drug, and Smart Start mobile home interlock for 7 months. Anything further from the state or the defense on Ms. Moore?
Yes,
Nothing
Judge.
further from the state.
Judge, one thing. I think the paperwork actually says a $425 non-probated fine because the paperwork doesn't let us put probated or not probated. So I'm not sure, just for purposes of the record, if it would be easier to say a $425 fine because the paperwork doesn't reflect $850 and probated.
It's okay with me, but it's okay with the defense.
No objections, Your Honor.
All right, so instead of saying $850 fine, probating $425 of that, we're just going to make it a straight $425 fine with court costs. Is that okay with the state?
Yes, Judge.
Okay with the defense?
Yes, Judge.
All right. Good luck, Ms. Moore. Thank you. Is it Mr. Barrera, correct? Yeah. Y'all are out of here. Appreciate it.
Judge, just one thing. She's in active duty. She's currently stationed in Florida. If she needs to report, can she do it by phone or mail?
Absolutely. What is Ms. Moore? What service are you in? Air Force?
Yes, sir.
And what is your job in the Air Force, ma'am?
I'm a medic.
And what is your rank at this time?
E5.
Do you have a security level clearance issue going on, or is it just your secret and that's going to be okay?
It's just secret, and that's fine.
All right. All good. All right. Thanks for your service, ma'am. You're dismissed.
One quick thing, Miss Moore, did you get that telephone number to call in case you didn't get contacted by probation? I'll give it to you again.
Okay, and Mr. Barrera, because she's in Florida, I don't know if they have Smart Start mobile device in Florida.
She currently has a, Judge.
Oh, she has already. All right, we're good.
Okay, Miss Moore, the telephone number is 210-335-7446. So if you haven't heard from them by Monday at 3 o'clock, give them a call.
Okay, thank you.
All right, good luck to you.
I think she can do most, if not all, of these courses online. If anything she can find online that will work, primarily through the Community Alliance for Traffic Safety in San Antonio, that would be fine and acceptable. Is that okay? In other words, she can do these online without having to be present and have some sort of in-person class or something. Otherwise, she can find an equivalent in Florida to these classes. All right. Any questions, Mr. Barrera? Are we good?
We're good, Judge. Thank you.
Thanks, y'all are dismissed. Okay, Mr. Garcia on cause 651-621. And state, I guess you have a motion on this one also, and this starts out of the DWI first. State your motion, please.
The state moves to add a count 2 of obstruction, waive count 1, and proceed on count 2.
All right, state's motion to amend the information and add paragraph 2 alleging obstruction of a highway. No objection from the defense is granted. State's request to then waive paragraph 1. No objection from the defense is granted. Therefore, Mr. Garcia and cause 651-621 to the charge of obstruction of a highway. How do you plead, sir?
Guilty.
Okay, is there an agreement for Mr. Garcia?
16 months deferred adjudication, an $850 fine plus court costs, 36 hours community service, DWI education, DIP, CAT SNP, and Smart Start mobile for half the term.
And defense, is that your understanding of the agreement, Ms. Roy?
It is, Your Honor.
Mr. Garcia on cause 651-621. And he pled, the court accepts your plea of guilty to obstruction of a highway. Although I have enough evidence to find you guilty, I'm going to withhold the finding of guilt. Place you on 16 months deferred adjudication probation. Says an $850 fine plus court cost, 36 hours community service, DWI education course, DWI victim impact panel, Community Alliance for Traffic Safety New Intervention Program, outpatient drug, and the Smart Start mobile home interlock device for 8 months. Anything further from the state of the defense on Mr. Garcia?
Nothing further from the state.
And Mr. Garcia, got the probation number to call if you have.
210-335-7446, correct?
Yes, that is correct. If you don't hear from them by Monday at 3 o'clock, give them a call. Explain to them that you were placed on probation today.
Got it. Thank you.
All right. Good luck, Mr. Garcia. Thank you, Ms. Voigt. You're dismissed.
Thank you.
Let's see. We've got 3 more pleas. I've got 646-107, State of Texas versus Ernest Vasquez, represented by Ms. Jessica Gonzalez. 648-8853, State of Texas versus Priscilla R. Elias, represented, let's see, we got an attorney here, by Mr. Rusty Geyer. And Vera County Veterans Treatment Court, Track 1, pretrial diversion, plea and probation agreement, clause 652573, State of Texas versus Eric Quintanilla, represented by Mr. Gary Churak. Initially, ladies and gentlemen, I need you to identify your signatures on a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Plea by Video Conference. Mr. Vasquez, in clause 646-107, is this your signature on this document, sir?
Yes.
And Ms. Gonzalez, as attorney for Mr. Vasquez, is this also your signature on this document, ma'am?
In my imaginary mind, it is, Your Honor. I don't have anything. I'm sorry. I don't have anything on the screen, but I take your word for it that you're showing us.
I've seen your signature a long time enough. I think I got it. It's you.
Okay. Thank you.
Ms. Elias, is this your signature on this document, ma'am?
Yes, sir, it is.
Thank you. And Mr. Geyer, the attorney for Mr. Elias, is also your signature.
It is.
Thank you. And Mr. Churak, in clause 652573, is this your signature on this document?
It is, Your Honor.
Quintanilla, is this also your signature on this document?
It is, Your Honor.
The next document I'm looking at is entitled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights and Court's Admonitions, that purports to have your signatures on the back, effectively waiving certain constitutional rights you must waive in order to enter a plea before this court. Mr. Vasquez, is this signature your signature on this document, sir?
Yes.
And Ms. Elias, is also your signature on this document.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Quintanilla, is it also your signature on this document?
It is, Your Honor.
By signing this document, are each of you telling me that you've had enough time to either read this document or have it read to you in its entirety? If you had any questions about what was on this document, those questions were answered to your satisfaction by your attorneys, so that in signing these documents, you're telling me that you agree with and understand everything on these documents. Is that correct, Mr. Vasquez?
It is, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Is that correct, Ms. Elias?
Yes, sir.
Is that correct, Mr. Quintanilla?
It is, Your Honor.
As attorney for Mr. Vasquez, have you had enough time to go over this case with him? And in your opinion, is he mentally competent? Ms. Gonzalez?
Yes to both, Your Honor.
Same question for Mr. Geyer, attorney for Ms. Elias.
No issue of competency, Your Honor.
Mr. Churak is attorney for Mr. Quintanilla.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Vasquez, are you a United States citizen, sir?
Yes, sir.
Same question for Ms. Elias.
Yes, I am.
Same question for Mr. Quintanilla.
I am.
Ms. Gonzalez, as attorney for Mr. Vasquez, does the state fully comply with discovery for you on this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Same question for Mr. Geyer, as attorney for Ms. Elias.
Yes, Your Honor.
Same question for Mr. Churak, as attorney for Mr. Quintanilla.
Yes, Your Honor.
646-107. I assume he's pleading no contest. Is that correct?
Yes,
Your
sir.
Honor, you're breaking up on my end. Mr. Vasquez, did you hear him?
Yes,
You need to
Okay.
repeat it. You did break up.
Let me try again. This is cause 646-107, State of Texas versus Ernest Vasquez. My paperwork says he's pleading no contest to the offense of DWI. It doesn't say second. But in looking at the plea bargain, it looks like it is a second. So that's my question to either side. Is it supposed to be a plea to a DWI second or a DWI first?
That was going to be my question when I went over it with Mr. Vasquez that only Alexis can answer. Was it supposed to be a DWI first or a second? It's my understanding it was reduced.
Nick, did you reduce this one?
My information, the plea bargain is not reducing it, but if you don't get them to reduce it, more power to you.
Didn't I send you the offer earlier, Alexis? I didn't reduce it?
No, it's just 1/1.
Yeah, no, then I never reduced it.
Okay, then that's fine, Your Honor. I explained both to my client. It's my mistake on how I entered the paperwork. I did admonish him when we went through just now that it could be a DWI second, and he understands that consequence too.
No problem, Pat. Just administratively, it needs to say DWI second. In favor of constitutional rights, the court's admonition charge, it already says DWI, so we weren't far off.
I will fix it.
Vasquez, cause 646-107, the charge of driving while intoxicated, second, please serve.
No contest.
Agreement for Mr. Vasquez.
1/1, a $400 fine plus court costs, 36 hours community service, DWI intervention, DIP, CATSNP, and Smart Start Mobile for half the term.
And Ms. Gonzalez, is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Vasquez, 646-107, the court accepts the plea of no contest to the offense of driving while intoxicated. I find you guilty. I said 1 year in the Bear County Jail, probated for 1 year, $400 fine plus court costs, 36 hours community service, DWI intervention course, DWI victim impact panel, Community Alliance for Traffic Safety New Intervention Program, and the Smart Start Mobile home interlock device for 6 months. Anything further from the state or the defense on Mr. Vasquez?
Not on Mr. Vasquez.
Okay, Mr. Vasquez, did you understand the probation information from Ms. Gross, and do you have the number?
The 210-335-7446.
I think so.
Yes, that is correct. Do you have any questions?
No, I do not.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Are dismissed.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your
Thank you.
Honor.
Okay, 648-853, State of Texas versus Priscilla R. Elias. To the charge of driving while intoxicated, first offense. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Okay, this case started out as a DWI first state, right? It's not a reduction, am I correct?
Correct. Correct, Judge.
And is there an agreement for Ms. Elias?
6/12, $500 fine plus court costs, $60 to DPS, 24 hours community service, DWI education, DIP, CATSNP, and Smart Start Mobile for half the term.
And Mr. Geyer, is that your understanding of the agreement?
It is, Your Honor. I wanted to address, she's had the ignition interlock on for 6 months without a problem at all. I'd like the court to consider reducing the amount of time she would have the interlock on.
We're going to switch out from the interlock to what's called a Smart Start Mobile, which is a handheld portable device that allows us to monitor her alcohol consumption or non-consumption 24 hours a day instead of just driving that specific vehicle. So she'll have 10 days from today to on the Smart Start Mobile device, which time she can take off the ignition interlock.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, so Ms. Elias, 648-853. Court accept or plea of guilty to the offense of driving while intoxicated. Offense, I find you guilty. 6 months in the Bear County Jail, probated for 1 year, $500 plus court costs, $60 restitution to the Texas Department of Public Safety, 20 hours community service, DWI education course, DWI victim impact panel, Community Alliance for Traffic Safety New Intervention Program, Smart Start Mobile home interlock device at 4 blows a day, to be installed within 10 days of today. As soon as that's installed, you can remove the Guardian interlock vehicle device and turn that in. Anything further from the state or the defense on Ms. Elias?
Nothing further from the state.
Good luck, Ms.
No.
Elias.
No, thank you.
Ms. Elias, did you get all that information about the probation department? You're good on that?
Yes. Can I get that number again?
Sure.
Yeah, or it could be if I mess up if you're in jail.
All right, it's 210-335-7446.
210-335-7446. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Do you have any other questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, y'all are dismissed. Thank you. Okay, cause 652-573, State of Texas versus Eric Quintanilla, represented by Mr. Churak. And the Bear County Veterans Treatment Court, Track 1 pretrial diversion, plea and probation agreement. Mr. Quintanilla, on cause 652-573 to the charge of driving while intoxicated, first offense. How do you plead, sir?
No contest.
Court accepts your plea contest. Hold it in abeyance. Place you on 1 year. Bear County Veterans Treatment Court. Track 1 pretrial diversion probation, assessing a $1,000 all-inclusive Veterans Treatment Court fee, 48 hours of community service, probating all that based on your military service, DWI education course, victim impact panel, 6 months Smart Start mobile, lock device, outpatient treatment with either the VA or a designated VTC provider. No restitution in this case, state.
Correct, Judge.
Successful completion of the Veterans Treatment Corps, issue judge's bond, defendant to be supervised by CSCD. At this time, Mr. Quintanilla, looking at a document entitled Track 1, Pretrial Intervention, which is a contract by and between you and your attorney, York County Criminal District Attorney's Office. Said contract setting out all the prerequisites and requirements for you to successfully complete the Veterans Treatment Corps. Is this your signature on this document, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Turak, as attorney for Mr. Quintanilla, is this also your signature on this document?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Maru, is for Assistant Criminal District Attorney, I see that you signed this document. Is that correct?
Correct, Judge.
Okay, you're in trouble now, Mr. Quintanilla. We got you on contract. Okay, that was a joke, sir. Okay. That's what I got. What'd you do in the military, sir?
I'm a nurse.
Oh, you're active duty now?
I'm active duty now.
You're an RN?
I am an RN on the outside. I'm an LBN in the military.
Are you getting any problems through TPAPN? I think it's still the name of the organization. Utilized when somebody gets a DWI or has some sort of.
I don't do patient care right now for the military.
All right, Mr. Turak, when it gets to the point where you're going to have to do something on that, feel free to give me or David Wheeler a call because we're kind of the pros from Dover on that. But he's not going to have a conviction at the end of this, and nobody in his chain of command or at the nurses people are going to understand what happened. They're going to see he got arrested, and then they're going to see it was dismissed. So, it's going to be hard to explain, but you just tell them the truth, and that's be as good as goes. But it's going to haunt you till the day you die. You're going to show that this arrest was there. Now, after you successfully complete the program and this gets dismissed, Gary, we need to expunge it in a heartbeat. You get free expungement filing fees within 30 days if you file it immediately. So y'all need to chat about that.
Yeah, Judge, make sure it's free filing fees, not free attorney.
No, it's not free attorney. That's between you and Mr. Quintanilla. What's your rank, Mr. Quintanilla?
I'm an E7, Sergeant First Class.
Great. Don't want to be a special forces medic and go do all that stuff?
I would have, but obviously this is going to be a huge kind of a barrier.
I understand. Hey, sir, thanks for your service. Do you have any questions?
No, sir, I do not. Thank you.
All right, Gary, everything good?
You've been good, Judge. Take care.
All right. Okay, now I got NPR.
Your Honor, you need to sign Mr. Uvaya's paperwork. It is completed.
All right, let's take a break for a minute. Let me do that.
Okay.
And I didn't have a chance to get an offer from probation yet. And also I need to maybe find out from the state which conditions they want to go on, please.
Well, I can put you back into the breakout room and.
Yeah, go ahead and send them to a chat room and I'll be back in a couple minutes.
Sure. Okay, so which one? Let me go. Susan, where are you? Okay, I'm gonna put you in a room with him.
Okay.
Mr. Hill is in room 2. Mr. Hill can go back to room 2. The probation officer will go in there.
Thank you.
What the hell happened?
Pat, you were muted. What were you saying?
Well, Mr. Uvaye left. There you go. And then he went back. I have no idea what's going on.
Well, he wanted to know which one to plead on. And I said, well, there's only one allegation. So that one.
Okay.
I'm sorry, he never came. Can you maybe?
Yeah, he
put him there?
came, he went out, he went back. He's there now, I think.
Okay, okay, let me check. Yeah, I apologize. I don't see him over there.
Then they must have taken him off because he was, okay, let me go back in and see what the deal is. He's out, yeah.
Did you send me the consent form on Mr. Uvaye?
I sent you whatever paperwork you signed.
But
Now-
he's gone right now.
Huh?
I can't see him, and I know he was a little bit. He had a hard time with the computer.
Okay, who is this Zoom user?
That might be him.
Yeah, I know. Who is I see a Zoom user. Identify yourself, please.
Ashley Guerrero.
Ms. Guerrero, I do not know why you're in.
That's my client, Ashley Guerrero. I think it's Plea today. I need to talk to
No,
her.
sir, I don't have her down as a plea today.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll call you back. I'm sorry, we were the 18th and I thought I got something to put me to the 20th. You have another date, you're saying?
I maybe, can you send me her
That's the
information
main thing
and I
is
will get
you're
back
not-
to you when we're finished?
Yeah, the main thing is you don't need either one of us today.
No, not today.
Okay, do you hear that, Ashley? I'll be in touch. She'll give us a date, but it'll be after they do the record.
Okay, thank
You bet. Thank you, Pat.
I do not know what happened with Mr. Uvaye. I'm gonna try and see if I can get a hold of the jail.
Thank you.
Judge, do you want to move on to the next one?
Yeah.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, Judge.
What's going on, Mr. Uvaye?
He's
We're trying
gone,
to
Your
find
Honor.
him.
I've got to see what's going on. Something happened. I'm gonna try to call the jail now.
Okay, well, let's move on to Miss Marchand.
Judge, don't forget about me.
I know. Susan, how could anyone ever forget about you?
I know, right? I'm special. I just don't want you to forget to swear me in.
No problem. Did we lose Mr. Hilly also?
You may go
No, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Hilly's with us. But we lost Mr. Uvalle, is that correct?
Yes, I cannot see him anymore.
Okay. We back on YouTube?
Never left. We're good to go, Judge.
All right. At this point in time, we're going to take up our various motions to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision and motions to revoke community supervision. We have cause number 652-326, State of Texas versus George Uvalle, who at this point in time is lost in the Bermuda Triangle of Zoom, I think. So we'll wait and see if we can get back on from the jail. Next case is cause 629-455, State of Texas versus Taylor Renee Marchand, represented by Mr. David Garcia. And the last case is cause 235597, State of Texas versus Crystal Alderete, represented by Mr. John Robinson. On all these cases, representing the state will be Ms. Alexis O'Connor and or Mr. Nicholas Maru, and representing the Bexar County CSC will be Ms. Susan Gross, who I will swear at this time. Ms. Gross, please raise your right hand. You swear the testimony you're about to give to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir, I do.
Thank you. And cause number 629-455, State of Texas versus Taylor Renee Marchand. Let me find my other document here.
Judge, just so that you know, we're going open. She's going to plead to the first number 2 on the MTR.
Okay. This is a second amended motion to revoke community supervision. Mr. Garcia, my understanding is this is uncontested motion to revoke. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Initially, Ms. Marchand, I need you to identify a document entitled Defendant's Consent to Motion to Revoke Hearing by Video Conference. Is this your signature on this document, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Garcia, as attorney for Ms. Marchand, is this also your signature on this document?
It is, Your Honor.
The next document I have is the trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, which in your case is marked as a revocation of the defendant's community supervision, and the defendant has the right to appeal the court's actions revoking the community supervision, but not the underlying conviction. Is this document, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Garcia, is it also your signature as attorney for Ms. Marchand on this document?
It is, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Ms. Marchand, in cause 629-455 to the second amended motion to revoke community supervision. How do you plead, ma'am?
True, Your Honor.
Ms. Gross, would you please advise the court and the parties of the status of Ms. Marchand's probation, please?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Marchand has been reporting as directed. She is a resident of Brownsville, Texas, and her case was in the process of being transferred down there. She has paid $502 towards her fees, has a balance of $853, and is delinquent $439. We have no proof of her working any of her 36 hours of community service. She has completed DWI education, drug offender education program, but we have no proof of enrollment or completion of the victim impact panel or DWI intervention program, or having enrolled in an alternative outpatient program in lieu of CAPSNP. She is currently on SCRAM. She has had 13 violations over 0.1. Her highest violation was at 0.437. In total, alleged on this motion are 21 high BRACs. As for drug testing, she has had 13 positives, 2 for marijuana, 2 for cocaine, 3 for amphetamine, 6 for alcohol, and she has also admitted use of the alcohol, marijuana, and cocaine. Her probation officer is recommending that her probation be extended for a period of 6 months, and that we alter and amend and add SATF as well as the aftercare program. This is her second violation report, second motion to revoke. She has no criminal history, and her original fine was $500.
Mr. Garcia, from what I see, we have a major drug alcohol issue. Would you like to address that? And
I would, Judge, and it's by way of explanation, not excuse, Judge. When she came to you on, my understanding is when she came to you on the first MTR, she was pregnant. if you look at the MTR, they all stem from April 1st on. Just before April 1st, she lost her child. And that caused a lot of mental issues for her. And so she started self-medicating. And this is the result. That's why she's pleading true, Judge. She would just like to finish this out in jail. And we're asking, she's basically throwing herself on the mercy of the court, asking that you give her a lenient jail sentence.
Let me stop you there for a second. The state and the court, and I'm sure you have a keen interest in trying to save Miss Marchand's life so that we don't have a future drug overdose or some other issue. As bad as any defendant gets, and you've got vast experience both as a DA and a defense counsel, Miss Marchand is. Does she have an interest in going to inpatient drug alcohol rehab? Because I think the state would agree to that if she was willing to volunteer to go. I don't want to make her go and sit there if she's not going to actually learn anything.
We discussed that, Judge, and I think she'd rather just do her time in jail. I think she's sort of punishing herself for what happened as far as losing this child. It wasn't because of the drugs, is my understanding. That came after the anguish of losing the child. And so she'd like to just get this over with in jail and move on with her life and become a productive member of society.
Susan, do you know what the original fine amount on this case was?
Yes, Your Honor. The original fine amount was $500.
State recommendation?
Revocation, Judge.
Okay, Ms. Marchand, clause 629455. The court accepts your plea of true. I grant the state, pursuant to your request, I grant the state's motion to revoke your probation. I sent you to 6 months in the Bexar County Jail. It says a $500 plus court cost and credit for time served, time and money to run concurrent. I think I have 30 days jurisdiction on this. If he changes her mind while she's sitting in a jail cell and decides that she would like to go to inpatient, and granted, I think Susan will verify she's going to have to sit in jail 30 to 60 days before they have an opening at one of these inpatient facilities. That sound right, Susan?
Yes, Your Honor. Once she's medically cleared, they could move her to a bed.
So obviously you have chosen, or she has chosen, the quickest way to get out of jail. On the other hand, if she decides that it might be to her benefit to go to inpatient, I would certainly be happy to change our judgment if that's requested, okay?
No problem, Judge. I'll set up a ICS meeting with her later this week or over the weekend to see if she changes her mind.
Okay, good luck, Ms. Marchand. Thank you, Mr. Garcia. Y'all are excused.
Thank you, Judge. Y'all have a great day.
Bye-bye.
All right, Mr. Robinson, are you with us? John Robinson with us?
Oh.
I see you lurking there, but I don't hear you.
He is here, present, Your Honor. I'm so sorry. I was paying attention the entire time. I just want to put that on the record.
Are you and
I apologize.
Are you and Ms. Alderete ready to go forward at this time?
You know, I really haven't gotten much on her MTR issue. I'd welcome the opportunity to talk with her as well as the prosecutor on the case.
Is Ms. Alderete on? I don't see her on our Zoom.
Yes, I'm on.
Okay. Hang on. Let me see. We can.
Are we trying to she's on an MTR. Is that something that the court is trying to argue today?
Yes, well, I don't argue it. We just hear it. But if you just hang on, I'm going to put you last, and then I can give you a chance to chat with the DA in a breakout room, since you haven't had a chance to do that yet. But let me take it. Is Mr. Uvalle ready to go forward? Did we find him?
Yes, he's
I
there,
see
Your Honor.
him. I just need to talk to him for a minute at the breakout room, please.
All right, send Mr. Uvalle and Mr. Hilly out to one chat room, and one of the DAs wants to volunteer to go in and wrestle with Mr. Robinson and get that figured out. Y'all.
Okay, so let me get
Mr. Uvalle, don't go anywhere. Mr. Uvalle is leaving.
No. Mr. Uvalle.
He took his headset off. Mr. Uvalle.
Okay, Mr. Uvalle.
He looks frozen.
They left. Or maybe he went into the breakout room. Let me see. And then I will put, yes, he is in a breakout room now. Now, Nick, Is Nick gone?
No, he's here.
Nick, can you go back in 4 and I will put Mr. Robinson in 4 with you to confer. Okay, if y'all can go back into 4. They're frozen. Nick needs to go. Okay.
So director, you and I can take a break now.
All right, sir.
I think I'm going to take us off of YouTube.
Off the